Welcome back, everyone. Today we're tackling something that might surprise you. Libraries are transforming from quiet book havens into vibrant play spaces. Guest, what's driving this shift?
Great question. So, we're seeing this growing movement called toy libraries, and they're pretty much exactly what they sound like. Instead of just borrowing books, families can check out toys, often non-digital ones that spark imagination and creativity. The idea is to support children's play, learning, and development in a community-centered way.
That's fascinating. But I have to ask, aren't we supposed to be focused on literacy? Why toys?
Well, here's the thing. Research with 6-year-olds suggests that children who spend more time in less structured activities show higher levels of self-directed executive function. That's the ability to set personal goals and figure out how to achieve them. The connection appears to be that unstructured playtime helps kids develop this skill.
So play isn't just fun, it's actually building critical thinking skills.
Exactly. And there's this idea called the flexibility hypothesis that looks at how play might lead to mental suppleness. The thinking is that animals that play fight, switching between different roles, may adapt better to changes later. It's an intriguing area of study that could apply to how kids learn too. Plus, people who are playful, spontaneous, creative, fun-loving tend to cope with stress better.
That makes sense. But I'm thinking about access. Not every family can afford a variety of toys, right?
Right, and that's where toy libraries really shine. They bring together families from diverse backgrounds and provide access to quality toys that might otherwise be unaffordable. Adaptive toys for special needs children, for instance, often cost 2 to 3 times more than standard toys. Toy libraries level the playing field.
That's a good point.
So this centers on equity as much as education. And here's something interesting. During the Depression, Los Angeles started what's recognized as one of the oldest toy loan programs in the world. A dime store manager noticed kids shoplifting to make toys from thread spools and other items. The local school principal partnered with civic groups, collected donated toys, and operated out of a garage starting in 1935.
What a story. Now, when libraries add these play spaces, how does that affect traditional library usage patterns?
They actually complement each other beautifully. Libraries that incorporate toys and games often see increased engagement overall. One report noted that struggling readers can engage with text in video game format that's well above their typical reading level. Play spaces attract families who might not otherwise visit, expanding the library's reach.
So instead of replacing books, toys are bringing more people to books. Have you noticed any shifts in programming when libraries make this change?
Oh, absolutely. Libraries are integrating play into traditional literacy programs, adding dramatic and constructive play elements to story time with blocks, puppets, and props. They're expanding into STEM and STEAM activities that encourage hands-on experimentation. Programs get renamed to things like Parachute Play for Toddlers or Books, Blocks, and Tots.
That point about hands on experimentation sets up our next piece, the practical side of setting up play spaces. But first, a quick word from our sponsor.
If you're a librarian or administrator looking to create welcoming play spaces, Little People's Cove offers commercial-grade furniture and toys built for high-traffic environments. Our catalog meets ASTM and CPSCA safety standards and supports motor skills, STEM discovery, and creative play. We provide transparent pricing, bulk order guidance, and fast shipping from U.S. warehouses. Learn more at littlepeoplescove.com.
Picking up on hands on experimentation, what does that actually look like in practice?
Well, libraries are creating more family-oriented environments where parents actively participate in their children's learning through play. They're hosting loose parts play sessions at community outreach events, pop-ups at local parks and festivals. Some partner with cultural centers for interactive storytelling circles and multicultural fairs. The goal is making the library a third place, somewhere between work or school and home.
A third place. I like that. So, to everyone listening, have you thought about how your local library could become that kind of community hub?
It's a powerful shift, really. I remember visiting a library recently where a grandmother told me she brought her grandson every week just to play with the building blocks. She said it gave them quality time without the pressure of buying expensive toys. That story stuck with me. It shows how toy libraries create those meaningful moments.
That's beautiful. What about video games? I know some libraries are offering those too.
Yes, and it's been a smart move. Gaming draws teenagers who might not come otherwise, especially lower-income youth who can't afford consoles at home. Most libraries stick to E-rated or PG-rated games to avoid controversy, and some research suggests that frustration from losing repeatedly at games can contribute to aggression, though the relationship between gaming and behavior is complex and findings vary.
So it's less about the zombies and more about the losing streak. Good to know.
Exactly. Now let's talk about the community impact. Toy libraries promote social interaction as families borrow and share toys together. Kids learn sharing, cooperation, and negotiation. In some places, children even volunteer at the libraries, gaining civic and social engagement experience. They learn to be considerate of the next user and take care of collective goods.
Right. So this involves teaching responsibility and citizenship alongside play skills.
Exactly. And there's an environmental angle too. Toy libraries reduce waste by giving toys a second life. Instead of cluttering homes or ending up in landfills, toys circulate through multiple families. In other words, they promote sustainability while building community connections. Some libraries offer affordable subscription models that make borrowing toys accessible for families and even grandparents who want options without permanent storage concerns.
That's genius. I mean, it addresses so many issues at once: affordability, sustainability, community connection. What about the scale of this movement?
It's growing. In Australia, the government has shown strong support, with investments totaling millions of dollars to support hundreds of toy libraries nationwide. These libraries collectively provide access to toys worth tens of millions of dollars, many of them high-value sensory and active toys that families couldn't afford individually.
Those numbers really drive home the impact. Before we wrap up, what would you say to librarians wondering if this is right for their community?
I'd say this: toy libraries and play spaces help every child feel valued. They support bilingual families, children with special needs, and those who need safe places to gather. Libraries are already trusted community anchors. Adding play strengthens that role. Together, we're creating spaces where learning happens naturally, joyfully, and inclusively.
Beautifully said. Thanks so much for joining us today and sharing these insights. To all our listeners, have you visited a library with a toy collection or play space? We'd love to hear about your experience. Until next time, keep learning, keep playing, and keep wondering.